wants their video game to feel like a job, not even in a role-playing game where part of that role.
I hope that my microphone is living up to its legacy of doing a great job of masking the sound of fireworks. But if you are hearing what might sound like gunshots or fireworks, it is fireworks. Why are there fireworks going on? Well, I would guess it's probably Dia de los Muertos. That would be my guess. And that's fine. If anything, I should try and find some sparring buddies tonight and see if I can get that one achievement done. Vientos. I should probably try and see if I can get that done tonight, actually. But first, I want to do a mount off. We have done that on stream before, but I'm already here, and it's quarter to the hour, and I love mount offs so much.
Play in a persistent world with an economy is actual mining and picking up herbs. So in this example, between the skills I already had as a miner and an herbalist, and my Sky Golem mount, and my very optimal race class combo for resource gathering, and the add-ons I did and did not use, I'd like to tell myself that for 1 hour, I played the role of a studious gatherer, but not exactly a great or a very efficient gatherer. And when that hour was up, I did a rough count, and my haul totaled out to 20,000 gold in value. Now, a few weeks ago, this could have been a lot higher with some expensive nullstones and other materials. At the moment, not as much. And regarding the value of these goods, in a 60-day period, of course, things can change. The price of endpoint goods that required raw materials that could shift. Prices can fluctuate.
Mount Mania time. Let's fucking go.
But for the sake of argument, let's just stick to this, 20,000 gold farmed up in 1 hour. I said earlier, based on calculations, one would need 30,000 gold per day over the next 60 days to get this mount. And I demonstrated a gatherer could potentially earn about 20,000 an hour. So the crappy math suggests 1.5 hours of gathering a day for the next 60 days. And that's going to get you the mount. But obviously, that's pretty unrealistic. Some days could be better than others, and not everyone wants to log on every single day. The value of the token, of course, could change. I'm not even calculating based on an actual value, and that could be good or bad. And of course, some people, they want to continue doing their own things, go through their normal routine. And then sometimes a rare drop might appear for a big windfall, or you can, compare this 20,000 worth of gathering an hour to other things like, selling crafting orders in trade chat, or other farming you do, selling carries, and so on and so forth. But I just wanted to leave you with this number so you can kind of decide for yourself, is this Brutosaur worth going for? And now
I think it's good to take the time to point this out to people, because a lot of folks don't realize you don't have to buy the Brutosaur. You can just use in-game gold to buy WoW tokens and then buy the Brutosaur. I think this is a very good, very useful segment from Soul.
I want to talk about transmog and inflation, because with this expansion, we're hitting some milestones. One is that we're getting way more transmog options than we've had in recent memory.
Yeah, I never played Legion, so I never got this.
From the regular acquisition of new gear to like stuff that's on the reputation or the renown track, to rare collectibles found inside delves and achievements we've earned, and the trading post, and one holiday after another, and even buying candy and snacks for codes, and of course the in-game shop. Our collections grow with nearly every patch. So why is it that I can swap from like one mount to the next and change pets and titles and even our character's body appearance with no issue or even cost, but transmog costs up to 1,000 gold to change? With few exceptions and barring item level squishes,
I like this new crusade from Soul. I like that he's now really going after the other transmog cost. I think that's a good way to use his platform, and I think he'll be successful. I think him elevating this will get them to remove that cost, or at least massively nerf it.
Transmog costs are based on the item level of gear, meaning transmog costs increase with patches. That ensemble we decided to get from the trading post went for as much as the amount we decided to not get, only with the not so hidden but ever-present cost of gold on top of it to show it off. Until we don't want to show it off and sport a different look.
Heard my boy wheeze a little bit. Heard my poor boy wheeze a little bit. He's all stuffed up.
If we want to go back to that appearance again, well, sure, we have to pay up again. Transmog has been a thing since Cataclysm, like over 10 years. We've had this cost, or fee, or gold sink, or attack, whatever you want to call it. And we've been okay with it. Maybe we didn't notice, maybe we had some begrudging acceptance of it. Now, the copium in me says, it's one of those okay gold sinks. It's a choice luxury. It's a necessary off-ramp for WoW gold when there's already so much being generated. And I know how to make gold. Like, I easily blow like 50 to maybe 100 grand a month just changing transmog for the heck of it. And that's definitely not everyone. But seeing the cost break 1,000 gold just the other day, it honestly kind of triggered me. It was like a dam breaking, and now I can identify
that is
little
too much
comparisons
gold
to write a new narrative. Now, of course, you might not agree, but
I
this
don't
is my
have
pitch
this one.
to try and convince you folks at home or wherever that transmog
I think
costs
I have the
are just
rep actually.
getting out of hand. They're way too high. In a world of Warcraft where there are so many opportunities,
Yeah, I don't even have the rep for
appearances to
this.
earn, some of them just dropping into our
That's
laps
crazy.
to kind of this point where showing off our collections and transmogs feels like we're encouraged to do it. I don't think a single player, regardless of what they do or how long they've been playing or how much gold they have, they shouldn't feel like changing their transmog is a choice to make because they might be strapped for gold or they might be saving for a Brutosaur. We've always been able to swap out our mounts and pets and
Soul is
titles
spot
with
fucking on
no
here.
friction. The barbershop replaced character customization. It expanded to change male and female body types, and it had its cost start from real money once upon a time to like nothing now. We're also getting new appearances coming in on a constant basis from the trading post and, again, virtually every update. And more Mog is easier to unlock regardless of armor type or class. Like, imagine if Mountain Up defaulted to only like one mount, our racial mount, right? And then to change that mount assignment, we had to pay like 1,000 gold to be able to get access to like our hundreds of mounts. That'd be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Tons of people would just never change their mounts, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
This is how people arrive at certain degrees of political and social consciousness as well. It's a real apples to apples situation. When you just look at how things are done in a certain way and then see they're not being done in that exact same way for something else, you say, well, why? Why can't they be done the same way? It's one of the really useful tools you can use to help people understand whatever political or social movement you're trying to further.
The rising costs, they threaten to suppress our wanting to change our look and look kind of cool. Now, I'm not suggesting transmog costs go away entirely. I do believe that gold sinks are a healthy part of the game where it's reasonable, but I do think we should do what we can to get Blizzard's attention on the subject and to rethink the player flow of how we should interact with transmog. So if there's going to be any takeaway from this video, it's that transmog costs are getting out of hand and we should get Blizzard to take a fresh look at this. Now, of course, me being me, I have an idea of how we can change up the transmog game a bit so that, one, more casual folk will find changing appearances much more affordable and accessible, while two, maintaining that gold sync
Lost the mount
narrower
womp
audience,
womp.
but also make them, that audience, make them feel like they're getting something out of it. It starts off very simple. Transmog, as we know it, will just have the cost of it slashed and capped. Very important. Whatever the numbers are, because that would derail the conversation, by the time a character exits Chromie time, so 10 levels below the max level, that transmog cost will be a fraction of what it is now, and it's never going to go any higher, not even when more expansions are launched. So a low barrier of entry that'll have players engaged with their collections more without much of a second thought. Maybe get people who were less interested in the cost feel like, okay, I've been getting all this stuff anyway, might as well take a look and try some stuff on. Now, on top of this, we're going to introduce a new transmog feature. Now, this comes from the likes of Final Fantasy XIV and what they call glamour plates, where you have this template, which are like the outfits we can save on our transmog window right now. Changing this template or outfit, it would feel just like customizing our transmog on our character, but with some differences. When customizing our different outfits, the gold cost per slot is going to be higher. Now, let's not worry about exactly how much. It's just going to be higher than normal. But here's the cool part. While it costs gold to customize these outfit template things, switching between them, because you're going to have multiples of these just like you have now, they're not going to cost anything. So once you're set up and you set up all these different outfits, there's no need to visit a transmog NPC to alternate between these outfits you've set up. You simply choose an outfit, and with a click, it just changes. So here's how
And this is how liberals add things like means testing to a system. You already had a good idea, Soul. You do not have to compromise or otherwise qualify it. It was already correct.
flow would work in game. Like, let's say you're in town, right? You're walking
You do
around
not
town
have to
and
meet
you
them in
feel
the
like
middle.
changing your weapon's appearance. Like your look, the rest of your look is fine, but you just want to change your weapon. So
You do not
cool.
have to
You go the
compromise
transmog
your
vendor
original
and you
idea to
change
make it happen.
just like you can now, and it's going to be a lot cheaper than what it is now. But then you're like, now you don't like the look of the weapon, so you want to go back to your previous look, which happens to be the outfit that you were just wearing. So without needing to talk to an NPC this time, you just use the pull down and change your outfit back to what you had before. It costs nothing, it just happens, right? But let's say instead you love the new look of this weapon with this outfit, and you want to lock it down. You want to make a new outfit out of it, or you want to overwrite your old outfit. So then you do go to the transmog NPC to edit your outfit. You change the weapon into the new look, you pay this higher premium, and then you save. And now you can switch between your outfits, including the updated look, at no additional cost. So I probably did a bad job of explaining this. I'm sorry about that, but I feel like this checks all the boxes. The costs of transmog are lower and they're capped across the board, while the enthusiast has this value incentive. They have these static outfits with the convenience of easily swapping outfits or preserving their appearance in case it's like a raid night and they put on a new piece of gear that doesn't happen to match. It just takes a few clicks and they're back to normal. And in the end, I look at transmog as something everyone ought to have better access to because, well, these days, so much of it is being thrown into our faces as rewards. Instead of the current system with increasing costs for all players, let's kind of trim down that cost for everyone, offsetting that with a new and hopefully useful feature that's hopefully worth the value for the more enthusiast, the more transmog-obsessed people. And maybe this sounds weird following my comment on the new Brutosaur mount, which I feel is very cool, but is more of a kind of a luxury. But now the floor is yours to share your thoughts. This week, 11.0.7 revealed itself with activities to suit most everyone's appetite. There's a new mini zone for catch-up gear, new cosmetics, and a powerful ring, not unlike the Onyx Amulet from Dragonflight. Plunderstorm is returning with a new round of cosmetics. Turbulent Timeways is also coming back. There's more story to lead us to Season 2 and 11.1 and more, and we'll go over a few highlights. But first, I want to point out, this patch might be closer than most of us thought. Screenshots are suspiciously talking about Winter Veil as an upcoming event. The Feast of Winter Veil begins December 17th, one day before the European realms are up, and it would be kind of weird for them to see that particular screen. Meanwhile, Quest in the New Zone, they also award anniversary
I need to be here for another
currency.
story time.
So I'm going to take a stab at it. I think 1107 might come as soon as December 10th, at the latest the 17th. At first glance, the patch already looks pretty far along, with a few features and number tweaking to be done as always, and we're unlikely to see the spoilers of the big story bits. I did a playthrough of the new mini zone. I spent about an hour or so fiddling and figuring things out, and here's the very dirty and early preview of what to expect. There's going to be a short intro quest line that'll introduce you to the island where you'll discover the new snazzy ring I mentioned earlier, and then you're kind of cut loose. Gamers have pointed out the zone was an island expedition cut from Battle for Azeroth, which kind of tracks, because the place has a Mechagon vibe with goblins and mechagnomes present, but also other races, and characters showed up too to make this like one big violent party. And like Mechagon and Forbidden Reach, there's a round of events and rares and stuff to be found. I went kind of in a straight line with this footage. I was just taking care of whatever meta quests I saw in Rare Elites. Rare Elites, by the way, are summoned by throwing currency into a voting UI, and when it's maxed out, the event appears, and players have 3 minutes to get there before engaging this Rare Elite. Flying is restricted, which sounds bad by principle. I'm not going to argue with that. But the island is also much smaller than Forbidden Reach. It's more like the size of Mechagon. The density, though, is pretty high. Between mobs and events to discover, there's meta quests and plenty of bad guys to fight. There's also a zone-specific currency. It's currently not tradable across the warband, and it really ought to be, because that's what gets us to purchase and probably upgrade our special ring. The main purpose I'm seeing for this iron currency is to buy easy catch-up gear, as if catch-ups weren't already easy enough to get. It's all veteran warbound stuff, so you can straight up buy what you want and send it to your desired characters. My early impressions of it are pretty good. It's not as big of a scope as Forbidden Reach, which makes everything more accessible, and there's like fewer of everything, so it's much easier to complete. There's still a lot to do here for like collections and helping alts, but when you're done, you're done if you want to be. For me, the jury is still out on the ring. It appears easy to power up, and the gems can be bought with zone currency, but I don't have enough information, at least not yet. My perspective on these early previews is always going to be skewed by me being a fully geared tank going into these, but it also feels like when soloing these encounters, the mobs didn't have quite as much, they weren't quite as spongy as the rare elites in Forbidden Reach and Zeralite Caverns during Dragonflight. This could always change before launch, of course. That's enough zone stuff for now. I'm going to have a how-to guide as we get closer to the patch going live, but let's talk about the other stuff we've learned, like profession respecs becoming a thing in the patch.
We might have some more achievement hunting in the cards in the future as well, if we've got meta achievements coming down the pipe.
Not all of it has context or have clear
I
indicators
never
they'll
miss a
actually
meta
be
achievement.
implemented during the patch, and I'll label things as we go. So anyway, profession respecs. Now, I haven't found out how to do it in the PTR, but it's announced, so it's coming. But in what form? Since Dragonflight, we've gone back and forth with folks over the pros and cons of respecs. Now, I do think that folks should be able to undo their mistakes if they like fat-fingered, or if they read something incorrectly, or if they just want to really quickly see how points will affect their final
That's me, I'm
results,
pretty stupid.
and then they want to go back and try something else. But going as far as like specking out of full armor smithing and then going into weapon smithing instead, I think that's a bridge too far. For the game's big crafters who have multiple alts, the fees for respecs would just be the cost of doing business, and this would simply let them optimize even more easily. Meanwhile, more casual folks would be out trying to meta chase the profession game, and unfortunately, they're likely to come away from that disappointed. What's also odd is this feature being brought in the 0.7 patch, although I don't know when a good time it would be. My immediate reaction, though, was, okay, I'm going to prepare for whatever penalties or costs that come, but I'm going to closely study the Season 2 changes to professions and then respec my professions to best respond to that. I'm not going to be alone on this either, so I'm worried we'll be overrun with saturated markets of whatever the heck's trending, far more than what we're experiencing now. I've heard a lot of folks talk about, well, what about a once per season respec? Honestly, I think that would end up with similar results, and maybe even worse for those who still end up making a mistake. Like, imagine the horror of thinking,
some good achievement
you made the right
progress on
call
that particular
chasing this
level.
one specialization that a guide told you about, only for the guide to be wrong. I'm hesitant to say that profession respecs are 100% good. I mean, there are pros and cons depending on how they implement this, and since we don't know what that is, I probably should shut up and wait until we learn more. Cross-faction queuing is also coming in 1107, but not the way some would prefer it. In this case, you need to have a full pre-made group to cross-faction queue for the likes of Heroics, Time Walking, and Raid Finder. Now, why? You're probably...
I like how it gives you a choice of how you want to react on this one as well. I didn't really like the other story because it was just press the button when the button came up, but this one actually has a few different buttons you can press to have a different reaction. That's pretty cool.
We're wondering. I have a feeling that it's Blizzard still being skittish. Like, I know this sounds awkward, but I think they're being skittish about cross-faction without consent. You and I maybe couldn't care less about cross-factions because, hey, we're just trying to do our raid finders and heroic dungeons, right? But some do care. And I've definitely seen people very emotionally attached to not just their factions, but their faction rivalries. And unfortunately, the normal follow-up suggestion, which is to like have a separate queue for people okay and not okay with cross-faction random queues, I think that would backfire real quick. Because if there was a toggle and the majority of players opted into cross-faction queuing, we would still have two unevenly sized queues, only instead of Horde and Alliance, it would be cross-faction and not cross-faction. It wouldn't be surprising if the audience who doesn't want cross-faction is impacted even more. It's kind of like punishing those people for staying in character as they have been for this many years. And that's hardly fair, I think. So yeah, well, what's happening at level 7 is just a step, one step in that direction. Maybe the next step is having the game trick everyone into thinking they're part of each other's faction. I have a very strong feeling, though, that eventually the story itself will take us, the champions of Azeroth, and it'll kind of divorce us from the smaller, the lesser faction politics without necessarily dissolving the factions or ending all possible conflict. Racial abilities are also getting a look in a way that I don't think we've ever seen before. Apparently these races are seeing less representation, and thanks to the freewheeling of cross-faction grouping, performance-minded players are being...
Wow, so Bane exiled those Grim Totem tribe members, huh? And we finally see one again in Vault of the Incarnates. Right? So, like, where'd he come from? What were his motivations? Kind of wish that had been in the game.
Encouraged to maybe take up different options. It's still surprising that they're going for throughput adjustments as opposed to like non-combat or quality of life uniqueness. The BFA allied races are mostly featured on the list, but notably Worgen and Draenor are getting buffs too. And what better way to end 2024 than with a new meta achievement for an expansion from 6 years ago. A Farewell to Arms is a meta achievement added to Battle for Azeroth and awards the Loa of Scavengers, or trash. It's not exactly my idea of making the old world relevant, and I'm not even a big Mount fan, but I am a sucker for completing these big metas ever since Shadowlands, and I do have a really long way to go. That's going to wrap up today's show, which included some surprising developments with this upcoming...
That mount better talk to you in the same way the Legion Order Hall mount from Monks does.
Patch. It's coming sooner than we thought. Some big changes are coming to professions. Smaller changes are going to cross-faction and race choices, and so far I'm having a pretty good impression of Siren's Reach, but we'll see as the weeks and the builds fly by. Next week ought to be interesting with the official start of the Mountain Dew promotions, and we'll see just what it takes to get a motorcycle mount, which, by the way, a variant is made available through the anniversary guest relations event.
We listened to
that's what everyone's talking about. Once I'm able to, I'll throw together a guide on all the puzzles. For now, though, let's thank our viewers over on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you for coming by the live streams, and I hope you're enjoying yourselves. To our valued patrons, thanks guys for keeping the lights on, and thank you, viewer, for making it to the end. You fed the algorithm, and if you don't mind, please like the video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.
Good video, Soul. Yeah, another...
To buy my cat? Well, too bad. You can't. She's not for sale. But for a limited time, you can purchase this ultra-realistic, perfectly proportioned, life-size replica of Bim Bim's tiny cat body. It's soft, it's cute, and you don't even have to feed it. Unless you want to. But then it's going to start pissing and shitting all over.
Honestly, I like this trend of content creators doing plushies. I like it. Plushies are cool. I like them.
The place, and you're gonna have to clean it up. We also made this freak-ass hot dog figure that's trying to squish a tiny version of me. Why? Because I thought it would be funny. And I still think it is. You can order one or both or neither of these things at youtooz.com or by clicking the link in the description.
What the hell, man? Don't sneak up on me like that.
Sorry, I'm just
9
a little
more
on edge
tokens.
right now.
Amanda and I just got done watching one of the most disturbing and viscerally unsettling movies I've seen in years. If you've watched anything in theaters lately, you're probably thinking, what, The Substance, Terrifier, Despicable Me 4? No, I love those little yellow freaks. And The Substance just made me hungry. The movie I'm talking about isn't in theaters right now. In fact, it never even was. It's called Timeless Love, and it was made by Hallmark Mystery, one of the subdivisions of Hallmark, like Family and Wines. Sorry, I know I'm already getting distracted, but did you know Hallmark made their own wines now? Because I sure didn't.
Hey Hallmark fans, I'm Andrew Nelson, one of your winemakers behind Hallmark Channel Wines.
These are real wines that we're crafting specific for Hallmark fans.
I like how right away they address the elephant in the room by insisting that it's real. Because I agree, it doesn't look real. It looks like an April Fool's Day joke they forgot to take off their website. But they exist, and they made them specifically for Hallmark fans, which I think just means people who will buy anything if the branding on it is even vaguely Christmas. I ordered the wine before. I ordered Jingle and Joy. But according to the order number they gave, said no, only ordered Jingle. Was hoping for a discount, nothing, didn't offer anything. If it wasn't a gift, I wouldn't be ordering Joy. I do not recommend this product. I couldn't find you. Went to Hallmark.com. You canceled my first wine order, and I still don't see a refund. I just reordered a bigger order in hopes you make it right. Yeah, that'll show them, Ron. Just keep giving them more money. They'll learn their lesson eventually.
We only have one wine tonight, ma'am. It's our specialty Hallmark sandwich.
Ooh, it's so good.
So the movie starts with what we soon find out is a dream sequence from the main character, Megan. It's a fantasy of hers that is so vivid, she wakes up from the coma she's in thinking it was real. She isn't married, she doesn't have kids, but she thinks she does because of her dream. And that's great and all, but my first takeaway was there's something about her husband that is a little distracting.
Good morning, beautiful.
Shouldn't I be the one saying that to you?
Careful, or I will fall back asleep.
Oh, we can't have that, can we?
How do we put this? He's
very passionate.
He's very passionate.
We could just take a lazy day today.
I have 30 pages to write.
I have a photo portrait session later this afternoon, but you don't be complaining, do you?
His line delivery is just
He's
so
pretty zesty.
He's very theatrical. The choices he makes. Well, we can't have that, can we?
Why don't you show me while I start cooking you breakfast?
Simona! Ooh, I want some.
If we can have the kind in the can, sure.
What's the other kind? Homemade?
I'm not gonna make it from scratch, kids. No, I only like it when you make it from scratch. Who makes cinnamon rolls not?
Cinnabon. I want cinnamon rolls. Okay, but
We gotta drive to the mall.
What do you want me to make for lunches?
I wake up. What you make for lunches?
All right, what do you want for lunches today?
They're already worried about lunch. The day just started. Now, I understand if they're packing lunches for school, but one of the first things he says is, should we just take a lazy day today, implying it's Saturday? So why are you making lunch immediately if you're all going to have a lazy day together?
We have to know.
About what your next meal.
You haven't even eaten your first meal, and you're already worried about your second meal.
Game of hide and go seek. Okay. Gotcha.
That's not a very good spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be a really bad place to hide.
Right in the kitchen.
The kiddos are actually being pretty quiet this time.
Hey, Thomas, do you know where the kids are? Isabel. Come on, you're gonna be late.
Late to what?
Late for what? I thought
Yeah,
they were
they're taking a lazy day.
Thomas!
Oh no, it's like a Christopher Nolan movie.
Musical music is an interesting choice here.
This is not like you shook a snow globe and now your dream's coming true. This is, your whole world is disappearing.
Megan.
So Megan wakes up from her extremely long coma, a little disoriented, and everyone's very nice and understanding about it.
Where's Thomas?
Who's Thomas?
My husband.
Husband? Megan, you're not married. You are not married, and you don't have any children.
Whatever other family you think you have, they don't exist.
Hey, we're glad you just woke up.
Yeah, this is an obliquely conservative horror story. It's like, what? My family's gone? Yes. It's like our hero J.D. Vance says. You're a childless cat lady.
But you're being crazy.
Which I am, by the way. I am a childless cat lady.
Stop it.
Why would she think she's married or has children? The accident wouldn't make her think these things, would it?
The brain is a delicate thing. Okay, we don't understand it all.
End of sentence.
The brain is a delicate thing. Sometimes it's dumb as hell.
Honestly, anything can happen. Brains don't make any sense.
I expected her to be happy.
Instead, she's miserable.
Expected her to be happy.
She hasn't smiled once all day.
Yeah, you know, when you wake up from a coma, you're happy.
I'm awake.
Finally.
I get to go back to my job.
Honestly, from a medical standpoint, this is the best possible outcome.
The best possible outcome is she wakes up and thinks she has a husband.
The crash happened 2 months ago.
So she got T-boned and she doesn't have a scratch on her?
Medically, that's best case scenario.
Yeah.
Almost completed this look.
Oh, am I hurting you? No, I'm fine.
No, I don't have any bruises on my body. I'm fine. Physically, I'm totally fine. It's just up here, I got children.
Things should start getting back to normal now that she's home.
Considering the circumstances, everyone is very nonchalant about this. Just like, all right, why aren't you're home now? Be normal. She was asleep for 2 months. They thought she was gonna die. And it's like, all right, why is she being? She's being such a bummer.
Normal? Do you realize she isn't the same person? Our daughter thinks she has a husband and children. You think a shrink's gonna fix that?
They're acting like she
Yeah,
just had a breakup.
yeah, probably.
And she moved back home.
And she just needs.
I mean, that's kind of like what shrinks do, right? Like, yeah, that Yeah. Why would that not work?
To get over it. It's been 1 hour since she woke up from her 2-month coma, and they're like, is she gonna be this way forever?
All right. So, do you remember this?
Of course.
But she's also funny because she's like annoyed when people question her. To them, she is making up this entire life. Imagine if you woke up from a coma and you were like, I had 2 wives and you had this, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. We go home and I'm like, do you remember this place? And you're like,
I'm still a little worried about Bernard. He did have something to eat and drink earlier today. But he's still very sluggish. He's definitely not feeling 100%. And I don't know how to help him because I can't make him eat. He's a very independent boy. So periodically I just try and give him some love because I love him.
yeah, I remember this place. I live here. It's like, okay, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where the line is.
So, how's it been? What?
He's a pretty
Being
sick
back.
sword, actually.
What are you talking about? I don't know, being awake for the first time this year.
So you totally think you were married? Yeah. It still sounds weird.
Get back to your usual activities, exercise, work.
Well, my work let me go because I was in a coma too long.
Tough break. Well, get a new job.
My job let me go because I was in a
Yeah.
coma for too long.
Oh,
that's
get a new
tough.
job.
Yeah, get a new
he's
job,
like,
dumbass.
Wow, that sucks.
Okay, do you want to play that character? All right. I got an accident so bad I fell asleep for 2 months and they fired me because my coma.
Tough break. What was your job?
I worked at the toilet paper factory.
Get a new job.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep you focused on something else while giving you perspective you might not get if you keep trying to figure out what happened to you.
He's supposed to tell her what happened to her.
Yeah, let me know if you ever crack what's going on in your brain.
What have you thought about going back to work?
I'm working on it. Not my old job, though.
I'm not going back to that.
I think I'm just gonna go back into a coma. Things made sense there.
The receptionist job is a short term, but the owner did hint at something permanent. Here is the address. Be there tomorrow morning at 9.
Oh, hi. Hey, you must be the temp. Thomas.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
Murphy.
Megan or
No.
Murphy?
No, 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 no.
Murphy.
Well, which is it? Amanda or Murphy? I'm gonna call you
No,
So
no,
mostly
no,
I
no,
just
no,
need
no,
to
no,
schedule
no.
appointments for customers. When people call in, you should... I'm sorry. Are you all right?
I'm sorry, you just look so familiar.
I was in a coma for 2 months. This is gonna sound crazy. And you were my husband.
Hired.
Oh,
Full time.
no.
Very patch photography. Can I help you? And you can bring in a couple changes of clothes, but we just need to keep an eye on the time so everyone has enough. Yeah. Oh.
There's no way she gets
What?
to her first day and still has a job. She's being so weird. He's demonstrating to her how to do her job. He's answering the phone and she should be taking notes, and then instead she's like
She takes a picture of
taking a flash photo of him.
Well.
Yeah, the movie apparently is filmed in Japan, where you're required to have the sound on for your camera at all times, so you cannot take surreptitious pictures of people.
Oh, I have an appointment in about 10 minutes. So, you need anything, photo policy, prices, payments, cancellation policies, anything like that, they are right in here.
in this chest.
They are all somewhere in this cupboard. It's like 3 things. He should probably tell her what the price is, so she has information when
They're
people call.
in here.
You'll find it. I don't know, there's like papers in there. Just scour through those.
Definitely get there.
Okay.
No way it's the same guy.
I think I know my husband. Thomas is real, and I love him.
What is happening?
You know those edits people do of Ross from Friends where they take out the laugh track and it makes him seem schizophrenic? I feel like you could do that with this movie too. Take out the quirky orchestra music and change the color grading and suddenly you've got a psychological thriller.
One day maybe I'll, Wait, I'm sorry, how did you know my name was Claiborne?
And that would be so much more interesting to watch than this movie where nobody reacts to Megan the way that they should.
Megan Murphy.
Natalie Gray. I'm Tommy's girlfriend.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure?
Amanda? Bim Bim? Thomas? Edward? Patrick? Brady? Junior? What happened to my wife? My cat? My 5 handsome boys?
They never existed at all. What do you mean, strange man? You've been in a coma for 7 years. Don't you remember? You got hit in the head with a frisbee, knocked you right out. Doctor said you've got the weakest skull they've ever seen.
No, this can't be real.
Unfortunately, it is real. And it never would have happened if you had a VPN.
What?
A virtual private network.
No, I know what a VPN is. I just don't see how that would have helped this situation. Well, you said I got hit by a frisbee?
Yeah.
Aren't VPNs for like cybersecurity?
Honestly, I don't really know, but I would love it if you'd explain it to me.
Fine, maybe I will tell you about today's sponsor, NordVPN. It seems like everywhere I go online, people are trying to get their filthy hands on my precious data. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. But what's great about NordVPN is not only the typical VPN features like data encryption and hiding your IP address on public Wi-Fi, but they also have something called Threat Protection Pro, which checks websites for viruses, scans files for malware, and even removes annoying ads from web pages. NordVPN also helps bridge the gap between you and the rest of the world by unlocking region-specific content. I'll give you an example. I was just on vacation in Italy with some friends, and we wanted to rent the Lizzie McGuire movie from YouTube one night, but the audio would have been in Italian because that's the country that we were in. Well, I guess our night's ruined, right? Wrong. We just used NordVPN to change our virtual location back to the States, allowing us to sit back and enjoy one of cinema's crowning achievements. You flew all the way to Italy just to watch the Lizzie McGuire movie? No, that was just one night. Okay. We did other stuff too. We watched Ocean's 11. NordVPN also has a dark web monitor that will alert you if any of the data associated with your email address gets leaked online. Things like passwords and phone numbers, and it works 24/7. So if you've been wanting to get a VPN, but you were just waiting for the right deal to come along, you're in luck because you can get a huge discount off a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months by going to nordvpn.com/gooden. That link is also in the description if you would rather just click on it instead of having to remember my last name. Thank you to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video.
Thank you, kind young man, for explaining all that to me. As your reward, I will return your life back to the way it was.
Oh, there she is.
Thanks.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.
Same time?
Yeah.
Same time?
Yeah, it's a job.
Look out with my boss. All right.
Same time tomorrow?
Same time tomorrow?
Yeah, 8 a.m. Uh-huh.
It's temporary.
So he wants to fire her. Oh, I just got to get through this 2 weeks. You're the boss.
I mean, she's competent enough. She's just weird.
I guess he can't fire her.
She's
just for
very weird
vibes.
to him specifically. Yes.
Morning. Wow, that's hot chocolate. It's my favorite kind. Extra creamer.
Extra creamer in
Took
hot
one
chocolate?
sip of hot
Extra
chocolate.
creamer.
Oh, yeah, there's extra cream in here.
Chat, let me know if you put creamer in your hot chocolate.
Just miss it. You know, the closeness that we had.
Which he can't really have with you when he has a girlfriend.
You know how the worst part of going to the vet is when you take your sick animal in and you're trying to talk to the vet, but they're just yapping with their friend about the guy that she likes.
Poor guy. He got his paw run over by his owner's bike.
Ouch.
Thomas, he's my other half.
Is she allowed to just sit and yap while she's like examining a dog?
She's like euthanizing the dog, the family's crying, and she's just like, I think he's the one.
I get out of the studio. Megan, could you do me a favor? Yeah, could you run in there and move that barrel just a little bit to the right? Yeah.
He should be utilizing her.
Yeah, he shouldn't have hired a receptionist. He should have hired an
Photo
assistant.
assistant, yes. That would have probably made more sense.
Just like,
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, that lighting is not good.
That lighting is
That
so
not
bad.
good.
But you got to get that barrel in frame. That's what really matters.
so what happened?
What?
You just said you had the best day.
Oh, I just got a job I've been grooming myself for.
Grooming?
That's a crime.
I'll get to put together field studies to wherever I think will be beneficial. I'm hoping Tommy can come along for those, but...
Why do you call him Tommy?
What do you mean?
I just thought he went by Thomas.
Well, I've known him for a while, so it's a nickname between us.
That's such a funny question to ask.
If his legal name is Thomas, why you not calling him
Yeah, why are you
Thomas?
not calling him his legal
Girlfriend?
name? That's
Call him
weird.
something else.
That's a rude question.
Yeah,
Why
that's
the
pretty
fuck
rude.
do you call him that?
Hey, Dad.
My tissues.
No, he dropped his tissues.
Goods.
Hi, Megan. The client, Mr. Claiborne, called. He's had a family emergency.
What?
His mother died or something. So anyway,
Okay, I should have known.
That his mother would die?
I assumed when I saw the photo in his office that it was a memory.
Well, sure, that's why we take pictures.
She's trying to explain the philosophy behind
Yeah,
photos.
no, photos are from the past.
They're memories that we keep on our desks at work.
They're just more vivid versions of what we think in our head.
Got it.
Hey, Dad, anything to eat? Dad.
Dad, snap out of it. Your wife died, what, 2 hours ago? Get over it. Everyone in this movie is so impatient with people going through stuff.
Really sorry for what you and your dad had to go through.
And that look on his face.
I know it's probably not my place, but I knew your mom was going to die. So if that helps you in any way.
You know, in many cultures, death is a celebration of life.
Now she's on some bullshit.
She's cool though. I want to go travel with her.
I'm way more interested in her as a person than these other two.
Hey, if you don't have any plans today, do you want to come to the aquarium?
The aquarium?
It's like a zoo, but it's just fish.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Come on.
Really? That sounds great.
Wow.
A shark?
Yeah.
Three
Just swimming
sharks.
with all the regular fish? And it's not eating the fish.
And I got in an accident recently, so it has been a bit of an adjustment.
She never even told about her accident. She rolled out of a coma and started this job. I mean, I guess you don't need to tell, but that's kind of a fun fact, I guess.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I was conked out for 2 months. I just got out of the hospital yesterday. And how does the phone work?
Your parents, they're still around?
Yep. I have dinner with them every Sunday night, whether I like it or not. What about your parents?
Well, my mom just died last week.
And what about your parents?
Sorry, I've been talking so much about me. And what does your mom do for work?
Just give him time. He'll find his way.
You seem so sure about everything all the time.
You seem so sure about everything all the time.
It's like you know everything that's going to happen for the next 4 months, and nothing past that.
Feels like, I don't know, feels like you know me.
Are you doubting your whole dream coma thing? A girlfriend doesn't matter if he's spending all his time with you.
Wait, what was that?
I don't know, feels like you know me.
Are you doubting your whole dream
Are you doubting your whole dream coma thing?
coma thing? A girlfriend doesn't matter if he's spending all his time with you.
Yeah, but I don't want to be
What?
that person.
What person?
The person who steals someone's boyfriend.
Well, is it really stealing if you know you belong together?
What?
You sound like a stalker.
A little bit.
Maybe she was obsessed with him before
Yeah,
she got
that
in the
would be
coma.
Okay, even though that's objectively bad advice and this person is being a bad friend, I can't claim that I have not also been a similarly enabling bad behavior friend in the past. I'm just galled to see it taking place in a Hallmark movie. How they were supposed to be wholesome and not like, you know, smut. Weird
Interesting
smut.
twist. This same movie, but the twist is she was stalking this guy for months ahead of time, and that's how she knows all this. But she just thinks it was this quirky little dream she had.
I want this to have a twist so bad. I want it to start off as a Hallmark and then turn into like
that Netflix show, Kevin Can Fuck Himself, that just like hard cuts into a completely different directing style. That would be so
I
interesting.
want that.
But no.
It's this.
It's this.
You have any idea how much a good
Wow, this
tripod
guy's got some
costs?
chest hair.
Yeah, well, if it's so expensive, why don't you use it? Oh, just leave that. I'll get it in a second.
No!
This was in your purse.
It's just some notes.
About me.
It's not what you think.
How do you know all that about me?
God, this would be such a perfect moment for the twist where she's actually been stalking him.
Yes.
And she made up the whole coma thing. She didn't even get in an accident. She was faking.
It's hard to explain.
Have you been stalking me?
No, not
No.
at all.
You wish.
How do you know all this?
I know all this about you because we were married. I know how that sounds. Believe me, I do.
There was definitely a way to ease into this conversation a little bit more like, okay, this sounds crazy. I was in a coma and I had the most vivid dreams, just like we were married. Don't you remember? You're a creep.
Don't you see? Look,
Don't you see?
the color purple.
Look.
It's your favorite color, but you lie and tell everybody that it's green. And football. You don't like watching any sport other than football. Your mom. I never met her because in my dream she was already gone, but that's how I knew that you missed her. And that has to mean something, right? That
What?
has
No,
to.
it doesn't. It does not have to mean.
There's no coming back from this.
Isabel and Dylan, they're...
Our children.
Well, I guess it was just a dream you had.
I feel like, what the
I
fuck?
think you need to leave
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, you need to leave now. For good.
do.
Yeah.
No way. He's like, I don't know. Maybe she was telling the truth. He's so
Yeah, maybe she's
underreacting
the
to
good
that
kind of
information.
insane.
What's wrong?
I just realized I needed to be honest with myself. And I think I was just letting this keep going because it felt easier.
Maybe the timing's for the best. I got approval on a field study to China.
She's way cooler than him.
Yeah.
She should have broken up with him.
Yeah, she should have her own movie. Why is the movie not about her?
Villain, more of an obvious, like, there's something, but like, she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool.
The main character is the one with all the red flags.
I'll miss you.
No, you won't.
You're so much
Damn,
cooler.
okay.
Yeah, she doesn't need this dork.
What will you be doing?
Moving forward. Sure you want to sell Mom's car?
I don't need 2 cars.
That's a great response.
Funny, blunt line at this point in the movie.
What are you writing then? Did you decide?
I'm actually working on 2 things.
She's sitting on the sink. It's so unsanitary. That's where they wash the dogs.
Pine Creek Farmhouse. I've been there.
And I miss it.
Sort of.
She confessed in the worst way possible. I'm not on her side anymore. She fucked up. She fumbled. But now, like, he's starting to have second thoughts.
So I was just going
Sometimes when you're crazy, it works, I guess.
And I found some things Megan Murphy left behind.
Oh, I can give her a call.
Is there an address I could send that to?
Let me look at what I have.
Sure, I'll give you her address. We do that
Sure.
here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you can have her address, dude. It's
Do you
fine.
think she imagined it all?
Yeah. She was right.
The movie should have been 3 hours long so they could really explore why she knew. There's like the love story, and then there's like the how the fuck did she know about?
Yeah.
How was she correct in all these like predictions?
And why is every fish in the same tank? I have a million questions.
Maybe we can figure out what we don't know about each other.
Great.
There should have been fireworks in the
Horrifying.
Fish all like explode.
I hope I live up to what you know about me.
That's so crazy.
That's so weird for him to just accept it.
I love a good romance. I can't get behind him just falling in love with her.
If I met someone and it like really hit it off for a couple months, and then I find out they knew all this stuff about me, I would think they were a stalker.
Yes.
I would feel so weirded out. I would feel.
I bet a stalker wrote
I
this.
can't kill all these
This
freaking
is a
kobolds.
stalker
What
story.
the
It's not
hell?
stalking. I just had.
I've got some of the best
dream
gear in the
where I learned
game.
all
Why
this
can't
stuff.
I kill all these kobolds?
You know almost everything about me.
He likes it.
I think he's just so used to having a girlfriend who's too cool for him and genuinely does not give a shit about his life. A year later, they have a 5 and 6 year old. Why would they hang individual photos of each other and not? They don't have any together at this point.
I like it.
Nice job, Mrs. Claiborne.
Also, he just called her Mrs. Claiborne, so they're married. It's been 1 year they're married already.
And they don't have any wedding photos to hang up?
No, no, they got married and they only have the one photo he took of her at their first photo shoot together. Stupid movie.
This is perfect.
Is it?
And how can they afford this house?
She works for him.
He makes a little bit of money and gives some of it to her, and they pool that together to buy this beautiful house. Hallmark makes pretty good movies, but what they make that's really good is their wine. So be sure to check out Hallmark Sandwich Wine. Go to hallmark.com. You're not going to find it there, but you'll find it eventually. Hallmarkwines.com.
That movie was fucking insane. What the hell? Yeah.
Folks, I've been making YouTube videos for 10 years now, which is a really long time, I know. But what's even crazier is I've been a YouTube viewer for much longer than that. I saw my first YouTube video in the year 2005. So YouTube has been a huge part of my life for like the past 20 years now, almost, which is disgusting. But I remember watching my first YouTube video like it was yesterday. I remember I was at my friend's house playing Downhill Domination on PS2 when our other friend
That was a
James
banger.
showed up. Almost out of breath, he was so excited. He went on my friend's computer and was like,
Guys, I gotta show you something.
and show us something he did. It was called Two Girls, One... No, I'm kidding. He typed in youtube.com and he put on Pokemon theme music video by Smosh. And obviously this is an iconic video, I'm sure you've all seen it, but the idea of it was really simple. It was just two friends lip-syncing to a song we all knew, but They were goofing around in the video, making funny faces, doing silly bits within
Real
the music
theater
video.
kid
And
shit.
like immediately, I was hooked. I couldn't believe my eyes. I felt how I imagine people in the 60s felt when they saw color TV for the first time. I was like, that's possible? What? That Smosh video and the Smosh channel in general was pretty much a gateway to many more YouTubers for me to watch in my formative years. Dude, I used to watch Charles Trippy's daily vlogs. I used to watch like small
Damn, that's a
Canadian
fucking
YouTubers
throwback.
like Andrew Ravner and Shimmy Cocoa Puffs. I was a big fan of Vlog Candy. It's a pretty deep cut right there. And dude, this is crazy. I was watching Amazing Phil videos before Dan and Phil ever existed. That's how old I am, dude. I could list off old YouTubers I used to watch for hours, but I'll spare you. Watching
And you were doing that when you were in grade school and high school. Some of us were doing those things when we were in college.
all those videos had a huge impact on me, my personality, my sense of humor, my fucking job. YouTube was just so fascinating to me because it scratched an itch I didn't even know I had. It just felt so different from what I was watching at the time on TV or at the movie theater. Back in my day, we didn't have Netflix. I don't know, YouTube was just like, it was personal, it was honest, it was a little rebellious too. And to me, like, that's the best thing about YouTube. You can talk about whatever you want and make whatever you want to make, and you can find an audience and even make a career. It's crazy. And I'm sorry for this long-winded intro, but I really just love YouTube as an art form. And I think, honestly, some of the best pieces of art I've ever seen have been, like, on this website. And I want you all to know how deep my appreciation is for YouTube
Running out of
before we get into
gas.
the topic
There
of
we
today's
go.
video. Because I think knowing that about me will
There
help you
we
understand
go.
why I'm so mad. That being said, today we're going to be talking about this trend of faceless YouTube channel. And when I first heard that term, I just assumed there was a guy who was born without a face and he was just making videos. And it's hard to understand him because it's a little muffled because he doesn't have a mouth. But then I was like, no, that's silly. It must be about YouTubers who make videos without showing their faces. Which, by the way, I see no problem with whatsoever. There are several YouTubers I watch regularly, and I don't know what they look like, and I think that's great. But those aren't the faceless YouTubers I want to talk about. Over the
Yeah,
past
Sean
few
comes to
months,
mind.
I have seen countless videos and tweets from people bragging about how much money they have made from these low-effort, easy-to-run, automated, faceless YouTube channels. And I wanted to do a little deep dive into it because I thought the whole thing was just a little...
Fishy, fishy, fish. Making it stinky.
Here's an example of one. 4.1 million views equals $52,750 in ad revenue from just one video uploaded 4 weeks ago. And the beauty of faceless YouTube is that anyone can do it. And then the thumbnail here is just like an AI-generated ugly picture of Elon Musk. Sorry, that's redundant. In front of like a tiny home that's AI generated, and the title is "It Happened! Elon Musk's $10,000 house finally hitting the market." It's almost an hour long too. Holy shit. Okay, let's check it out.
So Elon Musk just purchased this foldable home for $50,000.
The boxable rumor.
I do actually have a boxable, yeah.
You do?
Some prototype boxable that's down in South Texas.
It's finally happening. The much anticipated $10,000 house by Elon Musk is officially hitting the market.
Okay, so yeah, the intro is just some interviews and news clips about this supposed $10,000 house from a company called Boxable that Elon Musk apparently developed.
The $10,000 house developed by none other than Elon Musk's company, Boxable.
And for a moment, I thought this actually was a real guy talking, but
whoops,
it is not. Most of the video sounds very real, but there's like a few parts in it where it's just like totally fucks up and does not sound real whatsoever.
Chapter 1. The vision behind the $10,000 house.
Nice. A $10,000 house? So obviously I think that was meant to be dollars, right? $10,000. If they meant to say dolls, though, that's super fun. Like, if that's how they're measuring the size of the home. Yeah, my new crib can fit 50,000 dolls. Yeah, and I'm thinking of building a $900 garage. Thinking about it. When I come over to my dollhouse later. Actually, okay, thinking about it now, I guess all houses are just really, really big doll houses, so they're not wrong. But this video is such like a perfect example of all this AI content because like at first glance you're like, okay, this was made by a human, this is a person, and then like you take a closer look at the details and you're like, okay, never mind, this is a fucking robot. When someone fucks up a video, you know, if they mess up an edit or something, that's fun. That's funny. You know, oh, they messed up. That's human. I can relate to that. When a computer fucks up, you're like, what the fuck, bro? Isn't this your whole thing? Isn't this like your whole shit is like not fucking up? Listen to this next part.
The first was a 16,251 square foot home.
Sorry?
16,251 square foot home.
If this was a real person doing the voiceover, that'd be impressive because he had like a quick stroke and just kept it going. That's like super professional. So anyways, I watched most of this video and it pretty much repeats the same shit over and over again about this tiny house that Elon Musk created and now lives in. But the craziest thing about this video is the entire thing is incorrect. Firstly, this $10,000 tiny home that they're talking about is $60,000. Okay, well actually, it was $60,000 to the person who made this video, and then they made $50K from the revenue, so now it's only 10. Now I get it. But also, dude, Elon Musk doesn't even live in one of these homes. He's had to like come out and make a statement on it and be like, no, I actually don't live in one of these. Like, none of this is true. All it takes is like a quick Google search to learn that Elon Musk has no ownership of the company Boxable. So taking everything into consideration, I can only assume that this script was generated by AI when like some guy was just like, hey, can you write an hour-long video about Elon Musk and the tiny house that he owns? This is just essentially an hour of stock footage with an untrue script generated by AI and then narrated by an AI voiceover. And apparently this made $52,000. 52 grand. For putting no effort or facts into the video that you probably didn't even make yourself. Crazy time to be alive, dude. And the cool thing about videos like this is it's only gonna get worse. I can't wait. We're creating these like faceless automated YouTube channels. It's a very popular trend right now in like the side hustle corner of the internet. And this is never advertised as like a creatively fulfilling venture, but instead as like a rapid, easy method of making a ton of money very fast. Kind of like a, I don't know a word for it. Kind of like a get-rich-quick scheme. And you know what people say about those. They work every time. And there's this guy on Twitter, he's like the main guy. He's like the head honcho of all this faceless YouTube channel shit. He's like constantly singing the praises of all of this. And his name is Devin Knupp. He claims to have made 7 figures with his various faceless YouTube channels, and he also runs this thing called the Faceless Channel Academy with over 400 students. Oh, no way! An online course? Shocker! Every fucking time. No matter how
Fucking
successful
awesome,
these
dude.
entrepreneurs say they are, no matter how many millions they have, they always have a fucking course they're selling for some reason. What the fuck? It makes no sense, man. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. If teaching courses is really the way to get rich, why are teachers so criminally underpaid? That's fucked up, man. That is so evil. Teachers out there, you gotta start charging cover. You gotta start charging those fuckers to get, every day they walk into the school, you're like, fuck it over. Also, super funny that this guy's entire identity is like based around how effective it is to make money without showing your face, and his profile picture is that. That couldn't be more of a face. That goes against your whole thing, buddy. That's like if Mothers Against Drunk Driving's profile picture was an ice-cold beer next to a pair of car keys. And I looked up this guy's course. I typed in a burner email to access this information, so I can't wait to get his emails for the rest of my life. And you know, from what I've seen from his Twitter, he does give some good resources and tips for free if you actually want to do this, which is good. That is a net positive, I guess. But there are just a few things that trouble me about the things that he is advertising. He does say that this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. On the site, it says, if anyone tells you making money is easy, they don't give a fuck about your success. And all they care about is selling you a course. Even though a couple days ago, he literally tweeted, 30K a month can be simple. So, which is it, man? If someone tells you it's easy, they don't give a fuck. But if they tell you it's simple, they give a fuck. And there's a video that plays on this website when you enter in your information. And in this video, he claims that he can coach you on how to make a successful faceless YouTube channel completely for free.
I would like you to book your free channel and profit planning session by clicking the link down below.
And then
You can't be doing that well. That's a Blue Yeti. If he was really doing well, he'd have a Shure SM7B. Bro's got a Blue Yeti. I'm sorry you're having such a hard time, brother. But if you were legit, you'd have a Shure SM7B.
I'd like you to book your free channel and profit planning session by clicking the link down below.
And then quite literally immediately after that, he says that you have to spend 4 figures.
But Please do understand that working with us is not free and does require a 4-figure investment.
So again, I asked,
Which is it?
and remember this is completely free. Which of course stands for fucking ridiculously egregious expense. Empty your pocket. I just don't get it, man, with these fucking courses. Like, this guy spends all day talking about how awesome it is to have a faceless YouTube channel and how much money he makes from his faceless YouTube channels. And if that's all true, do that. Just do that then. Do that in silence, okay? Why the course? You know, like, I've made a good living for myself with YouTube. I'm comfortable, okay? Not once was I like, I gotta teach people. I gotta teach people how to do this. It's like, one, I don't know what I'm doing. And two, I'm just gonna keep doing this because this is working right now. It's like, what the fuck is, I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy has an entire video about how to make fuck you money in your 20s.
So I can't double dip doing the same quest again. Doing it once on my warband gives me a different quest that does not give me more tokens. Interesting. And in fact, I have none of them right now in this character.
Spoiler alert, it's
Fascinating.
with faceless YouTube channels. It'd be so funny if I turn on the video and he was like, yes, it's actually a Etsy knitting pattern. But like, if you're making fuck you money in your 20s, again, just do that. Like, I don't think it's done out of the goodness of his heart, right? If that was the case, it'd be free, but it's not. It's advertised like it is, but go figure, it's 4 figures. And there's some pretty interesting stuff in this how to make fuck you money in your 20s video, so let's watch it.
Your boss.
All right, now.
I'm going to do another Mount Mania. I've never done 2 on stream before. Surprise. The last one I did was actually a bait. I've never done 2 on stream before. Gotcha. That's another surprise for Surprise Saturday.
Now, that's actually a pretty good way to make more money at your job. He should have just cut the video right there, dude. Fuck your boss. Throw it back on your superior. Don't do that. I'm joking. But in this video, he immediately starts flaunting how much money he has made, and he starts to brag about his expensive lifestyle.
I'm going to reveal to you the secret framework that I've used to make millions online in my 20s, own and drive supercars, travel the world, meet world-renowned entrepreneurs, and do whatever the f*** I want.
And that was really interesting to me. Because right before watching this, I had just read an excerpt on his online course page that entirely contradicts this. Hey, it's Devin. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not here to collect your info and vanish into the night. If I were into shady stuff, I'd be the guy flaunting rented Lambos and Airbnb mansions to bait you in. But I'm not. Very interesting. So by that logic, we can infer that you are into shady stuff, right? And this whole thing is like, sure, fucking good for you, man. You found something that works for you, and you've made a ton of money. Wow. You may have turned art into some soulless husk.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dingo Bits, but if it's any consolation, I never have that feeling because I'm already as dumb as I can possibly get. And let me tell you, it's pretty cool. Being dumb is kind of awesome. So you do get that feeling that watching a video is making you slightly dumber, lean into that. Lean into that feeling. Almost missed this first mount as well.
Of what it's
Am I the only one here in this mount off?
blatantly
Is it just me?
copying what other actually creative people are doing and outsourcing literally all of the work while you yourself make 100 times what the actual producers of the videos made.
It's a 1v1.
Good for you, man, but like, you don't have
It's
to be
a
a dick
1v1.
about it. In this video, he brings up this guy's TikTok for no reason whatsoever. He just like filmed the typical day in his life, and he is so rude.
Look at this video. This guy has a shitty job,
it's a 1v1.
boring life, takes out the trash, no fulfillment at work, eating fast food, doesn't smile a single time in the day, complete loser. Just watching this video infuriates me because I know how close I was to living that life.
All right, asshole. What the fuck? Also, what's wrong with taking out the trash?
A gladiator,
This guy has a shitty
man.
job, a boring life, takes out the
you,
trash.
dude.
He's a fucking loser. Takes out his trash, bro. I don't know how to do that. Why is him watching that video of a guy living his life so fucking triggering?
I got this
Like,
one.
what the, just because he's not doing what you're doing, it makes you like, what the fuck? And you know what? I'm gonna go
I
to
got
bat
this
for this
one.
guy. I actually get this guy's TikToks on my For You page pretty frequently. I don't know why, but his name on TikTok is Hub's Life, and he actually seems like
another
really
one
happy.
I don't
He
have.
always posts how he actually likes the 9-to-5 structure. He has a
Bro.
wife a dog. They just had a baby. Dude, like, this man is living a, like, happy, fulfilled life. And what the fuck are you doing? Scamming people with your fucking 4-figure course when you apparently make millions of dollars a year? Allegedly. And also, dude, I'm like this guy's biggest fan apparently, but this Hubs Life guy, he works as a senior benefits analyst. He's in charge of making sure everybody at that place of work is getting their benefits. That is 1,000,000 times more respectable than whatever the fuck you're doing, dude. Encouraging people to make low effort fucking dog shit content on YouTube. Oh, nice. And I know accusing someone of like running a scam course is pretty gnarly, but to me, I feel like he already fucking confirmed it himself.
Until one day, I stumbled on an ad that changed everything. This guy was showing off his Lamborghini, talking about how he made millions of dollars online. Turns out, this guy didn't come from money. He didn't take the traditional college to corporate route. Instead, he built his own online business, and he was no different from me.
Dude,
that's one way to put it.
Ty Lopez is your inspo. You are so unbelievably cooked.
Ty Lopez. Here in my garage.
Like the original YouTube scammer, who is like still currently to this day scamming people out of their hard-earned money. That's the guy. Ty Lopez? This is your king?
Knowledge.
Way to lose like any credibility you had, bro. What the fuck? Don't listen to people like this, okay? I made a video a few years ago about Nate Garner's online course that claimed to teach people how to go viral every time. And I put it to the test, and obviously we found out it was a scam. That's never gonna work. People promise virality, it just doesn't work like that. But would it surprise you to know that this guy has the exact same fucking thing going on? He is also the owner of a program called Become Viral that claims to have the ability to make you become viral. And on the website, they advertise 4 of their most successful channels, who, may I add, are all unable to get more than 10,000 views on their most recent upload. So,
great.
Not too sold on the premise of becoming viral. Oh, sorry. I just saw that there's a 95% success rate. So.
My bad.
Even on this guy's own personal channels, he can barely break 10,000.
But I have a similar one.
That's not nothing. 10,000 is a lot of people, but like, I would hesitate to call those viral. Right? Look at this new viral video. I don't know, man. It's just hard to take someone seriously when the anecdote on their website is, after 3 hours of copying these other people, I had a masterpiece. Just blatantly admitting to stealing other people's ideas. Good job, man. Great job. After looking through this guy's social media, it might be a good thing that he's stealing other people's ideas and opinions, because his own ideas and opinions are very bad. COVID was a scam. School is a scam. College is a scam. Social media censors anyone telling the truth. When will you realize it's all one big game? Wake up. That's also kind of a self-own, because he's not being censored. So if he's censoring people telling the truth, he's lying. Okay, sorry. We're gonna move on from this guy because there's a lot to cover with this video, but yeah, sorry. I really did not anticipate talking about this scam artist for this long, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back. Sorry. I think scam artist was a little too harsh. This man is not an artist. For every couple of years, there's a new trend that dudes like this hop on to make as much money as unethically as they can. First, it was drop shipping, then it was crypto and NFTs.
This is your ape. Lord of the Rings,
now let's move on
mount.
to this faceless YouTube channel / YouTube automation shit. It's weird. These people are encouraging others to spend hours creating hundreds of shitty, lazy content with various AI tools, and then just hope that one of them gets into the algorithm so they can make some money. What the fuck is happening? Imagine if spending those hours making hundreds of shitty
think
videos,
I have the
you
rep
spent
for
that
this.
same amount of time making one shitty video. It might still be bad, but at least it's like, at least you made it. That is much more rewarding, I promise you. I'd rather watch a bad video from a real person than like a half decent video made by a robot. But sadly, a lot of people don't look at content that way. They see one
think I have
person
this
become
one.
successful with
I think
this,
I
and
have
then
this one.
their eyes turn into dollar signs like they're fucking Mr. Krabs. You've got this guy on Twitter, Chems. He's flexing his gold play buttons that are awarded to channels who surpass 1 million subscribers. And okay, it says here he only has 105, and that's not even him. Never mind. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, Faceless Chems, 409 subscribers. Okay, so just a little shy of 1 million. Sorry, I just claimed
don't have Mimi
a
Ron's
silver
head.
play button for my second channel, Curtis Corner. And
I
in
don't know
his
why that
defense,
surprises
when you
me. It's a
redeem
tough
a play
one to
button,
get.
it asks you like what name you want engraved on the play button. So like he could have just claimed 1 million sub play button for one of the Faces channel he owns and then put his own personal name on it. But like still, I don't know, a little weird to not show us the actual proof of the real channels that you do own. They never show them ever, which is crazy coincidence, I guess. What is this?
Yeah.
Listen, bro, make the move. Start
I did
that
it.
YouTube business.
I
Ask
won
the girl
the
out.
Mount
Travel
off.
the world. Take
It's
risks.
me,
Enjoy
smile.
life. Yes. That's like a speech at the end
I
of a
did
coming
it.
of age movie.
And in this moment, I swear.
Start that YouTube business. It's also so funny how these alpha male entrepreneurs have like hijacked being a YouTuber. Dude, back in my day, dudes like
You can't just do these quests again on an alt, it seems, to be able to get more tokens. That's a little irritating, but it's also not entirely surprising. But I'll tell you what is surprising. We're going to switch up games. Normally, I will do World of Warcraft until about midnight or 12:30. And then lately we've been wrapping up the stream with some Marvel Snap and having a lot of fun doing it. But I'm actually going to cut the World of Warcraft portion short for the moment. We might return. A lot will depend on how things go in Marvel Snap. But I've finished my dinner and also must make pee-pee. So it is time for a short break. I shall return. In the meantime, let's have some chill music. Bernard has been making very liberal use of my heating pad. I have a cheap from Walgreens heating pad that I got literally a decade ago that is still very much in service. It's part of what makes the cozy spot so cozy. But you know, when Bernard's been sleeping on it for a few days, it starts to smell a little bit like a street cat. So I just decided to wash its cover so he could have clean sheets, because I'll have clean sheets tonight. I want him to have clean sheets too. I'm almost back. Just want to have one last check-in with me, boy. Very happy to report my boy is drinking water. If you've been following my tales of Bernard's being under the weather, this is now his third night going to be inside and being not his usual sweet self, just really lethargic, barely able to open his eyes. In the last couple nights, I've offered him both food and water and been rebuffed both times. But he ate a little bit earlier today, and he drank some water earlier. And I'm happy to report that at this moment, he is chugging a lug. He's having a big old drink of water. And he has now returned to the cozy spot. So I'm still very worried about him. I can tell he has lost a little bit of weight over these last couple days, not eating his usual amount. I remember a couple nights ago, I even heated up some chicken meat, and he goes crazy for chicken. And held it right up to his face, and he didn't even react. It was like I was holding a stone up to his face. That got me really scared. So it makes me really heartened to see that he had a nice big drink of water. He needs it. He's definitely stuffy. I'm gonna keep going with kitty cold. I hope it's a kitty cold. But yes, like I said before the break, we're now changing gears. We're changing gears to Marvel Snap. If you aren't familiar with Marvel Snap, it's the game that Ben Brode, the guy that made Hearthstone great, made after he left the Hearthstone team. And I like it better than Hearthstone, personally. I think Marvel Snap is peak card games, precisely because of its simplicity. Don't get me wrong, I love Magic the Gathering, I love Hearthstone, I love me a complex deck builder. But a big reason why I love Marvel Snap so much is that decks are just 12 cards. Games are just 6 turns long, sometimes 7. They put out a new card every week. You can get different appearances for your cards. I think it's a pretty pitch perfect card game. And we're knocking on the door of infinite rank. And while I usually would play this off stream, I've come to find that I really enjoy playing it on stream as well. So a little bit of World of Warcraft, a little bit of Marvel Snap. And let's continue with our reaction to Curtis Connor.
This used to make fun of YouTubers, man. What the hell's going on? What does this world come to? And Twitter seems like the main place where these weirdos congregate. Shocking, I know. But I've seen like so many weird things go on within this faceless YouTube channel community. For example, these 4 different Twitter accounts.
All right,
posting
let's try and
the
get
exact
there.
Same tweet.
Let's try
a
and
tutorial on how to
friggin'
make
get there, dude.
700 YouTube shorts in 15 minutes with AI. Just too many, obviously. Another tutorial from a channel called AI Guy, where it's a fake guy telling me how to make money with making YouTube videos. This tweet: faceless YouTube channels can make you $3,000 a month. Well, if Batman's doing it, I don't know.
And that's how Bruce Wayne got his money.
$4 Bat gear. A faceless YouTube channel tutorial thread that's really just advertising a weird AI tool that lets you create an AI talking avatar.
What you're seeing right now is a video created using ApoB's latest feature, Talking Avatar.
Talking Avatar.
We can't wait to see what you'll make with APOB.
Can't wait to see what I make. Yeah, you know what? That kind of does inspire me to make something. It inspires me to make a toaster fall into the bathtub. But the weirdest thing I've seen about all this is this company called Faceless Video that scripts, produces, edits, and even posts videos.
Kind of a rough
for
start.
You pick what kind of
honestly.
story you want, and then you
We
pick
can still clutch
Minecraft
this out,
parkour
but-
or Subway Surfers gameplay. You pick the voice, and then it does everything for you.
We
Like
do
different
this.
plans you can get where they can post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or post every day for you. What the fuck are we doing, guys? What is is this what the future is going to be? Nobody making shit by themselves anymore? We're going to be forcing a robot to do everything for us? That's bad. This is bad. Okay, this is bad. Like, if there was like a robot that could paint
Yeah, I think this is still winnable.
500 paintings in a day, that's not cool. Who fucking cares? I want to see one beautiful painting from a chain-smoking weirdo who paints with his own blood or something, okay? This type of content is like the fast food of videos. Not even that, because...
Interesting. So Juggernaut doesn't work if its reveal is delayed by zone or card effect. Good to know.
Fast food is like still tastes good and is made by humans. I feel like it's pretty easy to tell how I feel about all of this. Making videos, I'm sorry to say it, but it is an art. This is art. And this YouTube automation shit goes against everything that art is. And for the most part, I think a lot of these people are just blowing smoke and just lying to you so they can sell you a course or consultations or coaching sessions that you really don't need. And you know what? I'm going to prove it to you. That's right, folks. I'm going to start a faceless YouTube channel, and I'm going to follow all the tutorials I've seen to see if it actually works. But here's the catch. I'm going to do it as ethically as I can. A lot of these faceless YouTuber pilled people, they just tell you to copy other people's content, okay? I don't want to do that. Also, a lot of these tutorials tell you to use websites that make AI-generated art, AI-generated pictures and videos, and I don't want to do that either, because almost all of those models are trained on stolen artwork. The only thing I'm going to allow myself to use is ChatGPT, and one of the main criticisms about like chatbots like ChatGPT is the environmental impact. Using ChatGPT, it requires a lot of energy, therefore emits a lot of CO2, which is bad. So, if I do end up using ChatGPT in this video, I will calculate how much CO2 I have produced personally, and I'm going to offset it by donating to a tree planting charity. And I'm going to keep a tally of all my expenses for this channel, including the trees planted. Hopefully I can make some money. Hopefully I can make $30,000 a month. So, without further ado, let's make a faceless YouTube channel. All right, so I have watched and read countless tutorials on how to start a faceless YouTube channel. And for every single one, the first step is finding a niche. Like, I can't just be making videos about just a bunch of random stuff. It doesn't make sense. It needs a concise, cohesive theme. So I could do videos about, like, food or scary stories or history or science or like a pop culture thing like Pokemon. Speaking of Pokemon, this video is sponsored by the Pokemon Company International. I've got exciting news. I would like to introduce you to Pokemon TCG Pocket, your newest free-to-start mobile adventure. I don't know if you can tell, but I've been a massive fan of Pokemon and the
I remember when they had the TCG game for Game Boy, and it wasn't monetized. You just could get all of the cards by playing the game. Wow, those days were crazy.
Back. While you were gone, I think I decided on a niche for my faceless YouTube channel. I didn't know exactly where to look at first, but I figured if I was going to do this for real, if I was going to get in the mindset of a faceless YouTube channel owner, I was thinking, like, why do they do this? Why do they get into this? And obviously the answer is money, cash. Okay, so if I'm gonna do this, I want to try to make as much money as I possibly can. Okay, that's why we all make videos. This is what this is all about. Okay, so I looked up the most profitable niches on YouTube in terms of like ad revenue, and according to this little diagram from a random website that could very well be just lying to me, apparently real estate is the most profitable by like a landslide. I don't have a choice. That's what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna talk about real estate. I'm gonna talk about houses. So now that I have my profitable niche, I need an actual YouTube channel. For my channel, I need like a good name. I feel like when people start a business and they don't know what to call it, they just put the word.
Really interesting combination there. Taco truck and then the immediate punish for not being able to play chimichanga with the sandbar. Really
of the thing they do, and then Lee at the end of it. Openly, Grammarly, Talently, Brainly, Scopely, Leafly, Lunchly. Like, it clearly works. So maybe I'll do Housely. Housely, does it exist? Shocker. Of course it fucking exists, dude. Homely. Homely. Oh, that's the fucking business too. Okay, so I'm trying to make money here, right? So I feel like the people that I want watching my videos, I want them to loss in power. Pockets. I want their fucking cash. So I feel like I should have a channel where people go to find like really high-end, luxurious stuff. Rich realtors, rich realty, luxury listings. This probably exists already. Luscious listings. That sounds good. Luscious listings. It sounds luxurious.
We're definitely on the back foot on this.
People love alliteration. Let me make a YouTube channel. Okay, I need a profile picture. Shit. Okay, let's go to Photoshop. Let's make a logo real quick. I gotta make it look like luxurious, you know? So maybe I'll do like black. God, I wish I had Microsoft Paint. I feel like I'm so much better at that. I'm thinking like black and yellow. I'm thinking of just doing a house. Dude, I'm so bad at this shit. I cleaned up the design and played around for a few minutes with some different fonts, and I think I landed on a pretty good one. This kind of looks like the Home Alone logo. I played around with the idea of adding a door, but it looked a little silly, so I ended up just adding a green $sign, but that looked really cheesy, so I just went with a black one. Dude, I would subscribe to this in a second. Luscious Listings. Comment below if I should make some Luscious Listings merch. If y'all would
let's
rock
cannonball.
I then spent the next few minutes customizing
cannonball.
the Luscious Listings YouTube channel's profile picture and banner. And then I needed to write a nice bio that described my brand new channel. The most prestigious location on the internet to learn about the beautiful and expensive homes of the amazing 1%. Subscribe to get a house. You know, a little call to action. Mr. Beast does it, and it's not illegal because I doubt that he's ever given out a fucking bunch of cookies to kids, right? He's giving chocolate bars, which is cool. All right, the channel is complete. It is ready to upload videos. Now the next thing I have to do is actually like plan out and create
Last card he
content.
played was
For this
Falcon.
little test, I'm going to do 1 week of videos. So I'm going to do daily uploads for 7 days. I just need to think of like 7 good titles for videos.
He wants to
and
snap.
then I assume I'll be rich enough to just hire a whole team by then. So, and in my many years on YouTube, I have learned that hyperbole works really well. If something is like the best or the most or the worst, then
So one of the fun parts about this deck is trying to be able to interpret what your opponent's going to do. I can't imagine he will waste a card trying to fill up Kunlun, which means that if I can drop Stegron here, it should mean that both lanes are essentially wide open, and then I can try and level it off here with Nightcrawler. Whereas if I played Arrow, I would only be dragging him into a place where I don't think I would still have enough power to win. Let's try this line. See, I misread my opponent, and now I'm about to be punished. I didn't imagine he would fill up that lane. But now he's going to get the dub.
People are probably going to want to watch it a little more, you know, even if it isn't.
Whereas
the
if
most,
I'd played
you just have
Arrow,
to go to those extremes.
I might have actually been able to get the dub.
People to click on your videos, which sucks. You know, I feel like we should switch up that method.
No, I still would have lost.
I'm going to start. Okay,
even
I think
playing
the
Arrow.
next movie commentary I do, I'm going to title it, "This movie is bad, but I've probably seen worse. This movie was just all right." Okay, real estate videos. Easy. First off, we could do top 10 most expensive houses in the world. That's easy, right? Maybe like the most interesting houses in the
Bit of a backslide. Let's
world.
press
We did
on.
like the most beautiful apartments in the world. You know, there's that trend on YouTube of like secret rooms, you know, unexpected stuff. So if we did like the most unexpected interiors, and maybe we can do a goofy one, right? The most like ridiculous houses, maybe like coolest basements. And then maybe we'll switch it up. Maybe we'll do like an educational one. Maybe we could do like the best way to save money to buy your first home, you know, because that's like a little different from the other videos we could compare and contrast. Okay, perfect. That's 7 ideas. Okay, folks, we've got the channel. We've got some planned out video ideas. Now for the most important part, making the videos. First off, I need to script these videos. This Devin guy, he says to outsource literally everything, but also at the same time, most of the other titans of this industry, they tell you to just do everything yourself, but use AI to make the videos. But I am curious to see which method works best, like completely outsourcing everything or just like doing it yourself. So I think for one of these videos, I'm going to completely outsource all of the work, and then we can compare that one to the ones that I make to see how they perform, if there's any difference. So I'm going to outsource the first idea I thought of, which was the top 10 most expensive houses. I found this guy on Fiverr. Fiverr, I hardly know her. He has some good reviews, so I asked him to write the script for that video.
Yeah, we can snap on this. I'm feeling confident.
Experiment, so I ordered a rush 1-day delivery. Yeah, that was a little extra. So pretty much just to write the script alone, I'm already like $500 in the hole. And that's not even including the cost of a voiceover actor and a video editor. So sick. But I'm not worried about it, all right? Because I'm going to make $30K a month with this channel easy. Sorry, simple. And for the rest of these videos, I'm going to get ChatGPT to write them. And then I'll calculate how much CO2 I produced, and I'll make a donation to offset it. So regardless of each one, I'm going to be in the hole. You know, you got to spend money to make money, man. And the more trees we plant, the more that can be cut down to make some fucking paper. All right, let's go grab a robot by the neck and force it to write some scripts.
So, interesting dilemma here. I could play Stegron to force Agony over into this lane, but very likely Agony will move anyway when the Bifrost triggers. So I think probably a better plan to do something like this. I just don't want to inherit those rocks. But then again, nothing I need to draw would be impugned by getting the rocks. Yeah, I think that's the play. There we go.
So the first script I told ChatGPT to write was a script about the most unexpected house interiors, and I assumed it would write about like real homes that exist, but instead it just made up a bunch of stuff which I was not expecting. In the script, they wrote about a room with like a full-sized pirate ship.
Great.
There's like a spaceship
Fucking
room,
awesome.
a room entirely surrounded by aquariums, and I could just like tweak my prompt to make it actually about real interiors that exist, but I said I was going to do this ethically, and I feel like that would be pointless to just do another prompt just to like, you know, fix my mistake that I made. So that one's going to be a little interesting to edit, but we'll figure it out. Going forward, in all my prompts, I asked it to use like real world examples, and that helped a lot. With that, I asked ChatGPT to write the other 5 video scripts for me, and after only a few minutes, all my video scripts were complete. So now it was time to figure out how much money I needed to donate for the ChatGPT usage.
Did a good job.
I learned that
undermining
one
his venom
query
there.
on Query for the Straight Guy. I learned that one query on ChatGPT emits 4.32 grams of CO2. So I guess the 6 scripts I produced emitted 25.92 grams of CO2. And these are pretty big pieces of text that had to generate, so I don't know. I guess let's go ahead and like double that for good measure. So we'll say around 51.84 grams of CO2 emitted, okay? I don't know if that's accurate, but I'm going to guess that. And sure, let's round up.
52 grams.
Okay?
52 grams of CO2.
To make all these scripts. And just for comparison, boiling an electric kettle emits 70 grams of CO2 into the atmosphere. So this is pretty crazy that it's that close. After I found that out, I then had to find out how much CO2 a tree absorbs in its lifetime. And apparently it's 25 kilograms a year, which is a lot.
Okay.
It's pretty crazy. So realistically, I just have to plant one tree and I'm chilling. But that felt a little wrong. Like it didn't feel like enough. So I planted 20 trees, okay? Because I don't want to just offset it. I want to make sure that's like I'm doing more for the environment, right? So yeah, read and weep, 20 trees planted. Now I don't feel so bad, but I'm going to feel bad if I ever use an electric kettle from now on, so that's cool. Thanks to ChatGPT, I now have 6 of the 7 scripts completed. My other one is currently being written by the nice man on Fiverr, which I will then hire a voice actor to read it out. And speaking of voiceovers, I need voiceovers for my other 6 ChatGPT scripts. Text-to-speech has been around for years, so I don't really feel that weird if I use it, right? Like, do you think Microsoft Sam still exists? Can I use him?
My name is Microsoft Sam.
With a little digging, I found a website that does free text-to-speech with a bunch of different voices that actually doesn't use any AI, which is cool. And I still think it sounds pretty real.
Don't you think?
Some of the voices are pretty weird, though. It would be funny if I use those voices, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make fucking money. So I spent a few minutes copying, pasting every script into the text-to-speech website, and after about a half hour, I had all the voiceover segments for my video done. And they sound pretty great.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel.
And now for the hard part. I need to edit these videos. Again, I'm outsourcing one of them, so I only have to edit 6. So let's try to edit one really quick.
I am. It's a good one.
Editing studio suite. Sweet. So I've got this audio clip here. This is the interiors one. It just made up rooms that don't exist. So this is going to be a little hard to edit, but this is what it sounds like.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something truly special, interiors that will blow your mind.
This sounds incredible. So I think this is just going to be a process of me. Just a lot of stock footage, pretty much. Now, I do have a subscription to a stock video site already for my videos. I use Storyblocks. Not sponsored, by the way. All right, so for this first clip.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel.
Sounds like that video of those kids.
Everyone, we have an announcement to make.
Stop bullying! Let's get a guy waving. Yeah, this is perfect.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something truly special.
Diving. See, all you gotta do is just take a word that
This
they
is
say
pretty good
and
so
just do,
far.
like, something that doesn't even relate to the video topic.
Today, we're diving into something truly special.
Gonna be honest, this was really tedious. It was just downloading stock footage over and over again, and I was immediately super bored. So I had to keep putting in little things that would make me laugh.
And if you thought that was cool, just wait.
It's really funny to have the same clip of this guy just waving. Like, this is the guy doing the voice.
This next one is wild.
So I was having a tough time finding the right pictures to match the made-up rooms created by
we've got it locked in.
ChatGPT.
I
So
think we're
I ended up
good.
finding some pretty weird ones.
Make you feel like you're walking through an enchanted wood. The walls are covered in moss, and there are hanging lanterns that cast
whatever he plays, if he
warm
tries to
glow
play in
throughout
this
the
lane.
space.
I watched the rough draft of the video and I realized it was missing something crucial at the very beginning. So I thought of something really fun to sort of grab
I think
people's
that's our
attention really
winning
quick
line.
if they stumble upon this video. So let's check it out.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel.
Oh no.
Today, we're diving into something truly special.
You think that'll work? So this video is all done, I think. I need like a good like
And I just
outro.
lost, by
so
the
obviously
way.
I think I'll use the,
I just
the
giggle
logo,
lost.
right? I'll use our Luscious Listings logo. And then
Very
I
sad
think it's,
for
you know, it's
me.
all about money, so I have like a cash register sound effect that I use.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
What a shame.
Perfect.
I didn't
have to edit
anticipate
the other
the Mystique
5
play.
videos, and then once those are done, I'll have 6 done myself. Everything should be ready to go. If this actually works, I'm gonna be so mad. If I'm actually just trying to take a shit on this whole thing, but this actually gets like millions of views. All right, well, I'm gonna edit the other 5 videos, and I'll check in with you in a little bit.
Help, I'm a faceless YouTuber.
Just kidding. So I spent the next few hours editing the next 5 videos that I needed to edit by myself. And this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. It was essentially just downloading stock footage for hours and then just putting in some text. So it was relatively easy in terms of like the actual editing I had to do. But it took me so long because I was genuinely so bored. When I edit my own videos,
Sounds really
it takes
boring.
a long time still. But like, I don't notice that it takes a long time because I genuinely like love what I do.
Yeah,
I
you're
enjoy
cooking.
making the
You're
videos
cooking
I
it
make.
up.
I am not passionate about real estate whatsoever. So editing these videos was like pulling teeth. Honestly, I probably rather would have done that. Would have been more exciting. When the videos were done, I put them into CapCut so they could have those captions that all the other channels use. The captions I did had emojis on them, so that's fun. I also added this like Ember effect on all of them that I saw another faceless YouTube channel do because everyone tells you to just copy other people. So that's what I did. But after hours of boring, tedious editing, my 6 videos were complete. I then made some thumbnails for all of them and scheduled them to upload next week.
Nice.
So
A
all in all, I
clean
probably
turn
spent like
one
5
retweet.
hours in total. Not really an insane amount of time for me because I don't do shit ever. But these faceless YouTube channels are advertised as side hustles mostly. Like these things that you can just have running automatically while you just like sit back and chill. But like 5 hours, that's like a big ask for people who have like a full-time job. But again, all it takes is just one of these videos to go absolutely viral, dude. And I'm rolling in it, bro. My first upload was set to go live on Monday, October 21st. And then every day, another one of my videos would go live till I uploaded my completely outsourced video as the final upload on October 27th. So let's see how these videos perform. Monday! I uploaded the coolest basements ever video. And I tried to do this like X-ray effect in the thumbnail, like someone just cut a chunk so you can see underneath the house. I think the idea was cool, but I don't think I executed it really well because sadly, this video, after 7 days of being on
Fucking
YouTube,
flopped.
it got a whopping 1 view. Just getting that 1 view took 6 days, dude. So obviously I was feeling a little discouraged, but I still had the full week ahead of me, so I wasn't worried too much. And also, the script writer I hired on Fiverr, he sent me the script for my completely outsourced video on this day. So there is at least one exciting thing that happened. And the script is pretty good. Let's read the intro. What is the most expensive house in the world at the moment? If you're couch surfing or in your parents' basement, it's the one you can't afford.
All of them.
But if you contemplate taking up that van life, why not fantasize about the houses that actually cost the most money?
Incredible.
If you can't afford $1 million in New York for a shoebox, well, you might as well fantasize about $1 billion mansion. You're not getting either. Whoa.
Damn.
Essentially, that translates
What
to, "What's up, you
aggressive
fucking
ad
broke-ass
copy."
bitches?" I'll say a little mean, but I like it. Maybe that'll make the viewer feel insulted, so they'll feel the need
Nice.
to
Got that guy to
comment on
back
the
down
video, thus
immediately.
raising the engagement, right? That's smart. I see the vision. So with the script complete, I found a top-rated voice actor on Fiverr, and I
love
hired her
this
to read the script. I
screen
realized like all
card.
of these
One of my
faceless
favorite new
YouTube
cards in a
channels
while.
that I've found, they all have male voiceovers, and I wanted to set myself apart from all the other ones and actually have a girl do the voiceover for my video. I went to bed on Monday feeling a little sad about my video flopping, but I had high hopes for Tuesday. So the video I uploaded on Tuesday was titled "The Most Interesting Houses in the World." And this video actually had some cool houses in it, like this see-through house, a Flintstones house, and this super skinny house, which I highlighted in the thumbnail. This Ozempic craze is getting out of control, dude. Even the houses are on that shit. I do actually really like this thumbnail. I feel like I would click on it if it was recommended to me in my recommended thing on YouTube. And some other people thought that as well, because this video performed much better than my first video. It actually performed 31 times better, to be exact. That's right.
Wow.
This video got 31 views.
Oh my God!
Thank you. Yeah. So
Very impressive.
Do I buy my supercar now or what? 31 views equal to about 0.7 hours of watch time. The average audience retention of this video is also 25%,
I wonder
which
how
is
this
fucking
works.
unbelievable based on how bad this video is. But regardless, I was stoked, dude. If you guys are curious, the requirement for a YouTube channel to become monetized is 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. So
Great, he's
after
gonna
this
get the
video, I was
6,000
only
card.
3,999.3 hours away, and
But it
still
does
1,000
also
subscribers away. It sucks though, because even if I get
the
to
kingpin
that, that's
effect.
just when I am allowed to
When we
start
shuffle.
making money. It's like it's not like I'm gonna make money immediately, right? Could you imagine if like a real job was like that? You get hired at like Taco Bell, but you gotta make 400 crunch wraps and serve like 1,000 Baja Blast before you can even start to get paid. Anyways, these 30 views actually got me pretty excited. There was some pep in my step. And to top it all off, Tuesday night I received the voiceover from the Fiverr Queen, and it sounded awesome.
If you can't afford $1 million in New York for a shoebox, you might as well fantasize about $1 billion mansion. You're not getting either.
I then immediately found someone to edit the video on Fiverr, and they said it would be ready for me by Friday. Folks, I had a little bit of momentum with my 30 views, and the next day would prove to be even crazier. Wednesday! So I haven't mentioned this yet, but watching Devin's
This
How to
could go
Make
well.
Fuck You Money in
This
Your
is still
20s video
winnable.
really inspired me. You know, he's talking about how faceless YouTube channels allow you to live freely.
Ooh,
You know, you get supercars, travel the world, you know. And I wanted to experience
an
that
interesting
lifestyle,
outcome.
okay? So I spent the entire week in beautiful New York City, and I stayed at the iconic Plaza Hotel. I definitely did not already have this
Yeah,
trip planned for
I can actually win
months,
this now.
and I obviously didn't want to stay at the Plaza for like my entire
Well,
life.
he could also
because
have
of
something
Home Alone 2.
really
Guest of the new
diabolical.
celebrity
in his
Ding
hand.
Dang Dong stay at the world-renowned Plaza Hotel.
Dude, I just booked this trip on a whim because I'm a successful faceless YouTuber.
You gotta have
Maybe not
something
yet.
really
You gotta live
diabolical
the
in
life you
hand.
want. Okay, not the one you have. So on Wednesday, I uploaded the most beautiful apartments in the world video while we were going on a walk through Central Park. I even saw the big building that houses one of the most expensive apartments in the world. A fact I learned from editing that very video. And as I walked by all the talented
There
New
we go.
Yorkers selling their original artwork in the park, or the naturally gifted musicians performing and singing for the citizens of New York,
All
I couldn't
right.
shake this gross feeling.
We just need
inside.
one more
These
dub.
incredibly gifted artists were
You
out
just need
here
one more
on the
queen
street,
dub.
bearing their heart and soul. And all I could think was, why do this when you could just tell a computer to do it for you and make $30K a month, bro? It can be so simple, guys. But hey, to each their own, I guess. As I walked by the artists and exchanged glances with a few of them, I kind of felt like we understood each other on a deeper level. Were any of these artists one of my 30 viewers from yesterday? There's no way to know for sure, but
There's no reason to think they're not. Was this man inspired by my video so he wrote a saxophone solo about it? All signs point to yes. We walked for hours through Central Park, but my mind was elsewhere. All I could think about was faceless YouTube channels. My mind was racing, thinking about all of the possible faceless YouTube channels I could fart out in the algorithm with zero effort. Central Park Stories, a faceless YouTube channel completely devoted to Central Park. The Bubble Bible, a faceless YouTube channel about the history of bubbles. Leaves Life, a channel about all the different leaves you can encounter. The possibilities are endless, guys. But as I sat down and checked my disappointing YouTube Studio app for the Luscious Listings channel, all those dreams withered away. Like a man ordering a chopped cheese the Aki way without a bev. Sorry guys, all that time in New York was really rubbed off on me. I'm walking in. Later that night, I decided to open up my laptop to see how my video...
I passed on playing Stegron there because it's more important to have Scream on the board. Because now I can really let her rip. And in fact, if I can get lucky with this cannonball, we can ruin this guy's day. We don't even have to snap.
Video was doing.
We can
and
just
the
send
most
it.
Unbelievable
Let's
thing
fucking
happened.
go.
So
Now we can snap.
The video received 273 views
Now
and
we can snap.
5.8 hours of watch time. It was a miracle. This video also received my channel's very first like. They like me. And with that, all I needed was 3,993.5 more hours of watch time and still 1,000 more subscribers. But the finish line is in sight, okay? I swear. It's gonna happen, okay? 30K a month can be simple. COVID was a scam. Folks, I could barely sleep that night. I couldn't wait to wake up the next day and see how many more views my video was gonna get. And when I woke up on Thursday, the video didn't get any more views. 273 was the cap. That was
an incredible value.
But
Holy
I
smokes,
did gain a
dude.
couple subscribers, and when I say couple, I mean quite literally. I gained 2 subscribers.
Yep.
But I was feeling.
And there we go. There we go. We made it to infinite. We made it. We did it. Welcome to infinite rank. We did it. We mother-loving, all-Americaning did it. This was indeed the last thing this deck needed. An appropriate card back. And now Don't Scream has proven itself to be the most effective of my ladder decks. A really simple, really fun deck to pilot. But that's not all. We're not done going infinite. Where is it?
No, no, no.
We're also in the middle of an infinity conquest, where we're also trying to go infinite. So I'm going to celebrate going one kind of infinite, fuck yes, by getting myself a little treat. And then we're going to go the other infinite.
Good after those 2 good days in a row. You know, things were starting to go up, all right? And if it kept going up, by the end of the week, I might even be monetized, okay? Who knows? So that day, I uploaded the most ridiculous houses you'll ever see, and I waited for the views to start rolling in. And I'm still waiting, actually. I'm still waiting for them to roll in, because this video flopped like fucking crazy, okay? Since published, this video received 1 view. That's it. Thinking back on it, maybe the title is a little too scary, you know, maybe it's a little too intimidating. The most ridiculous houses you'll ever see. Like, if somebody watches that video, then they'll go the rest of their life knowing that they're never gonna see a more ridiculous house than they did in that video, right? Like, what kind of life is that? So, I mean, that's my fault. I'll take the L on that. And not the L train. Sorry, New York brain. Also, this day was when I encountered the downsides of outsourcing all of your video production to other people. Everyone who promotes faceless YouTube channels, they always say how much easier it is to outsource and delegate and just have a team of people producing the content for you, which in theory, it does sound like it would be easier, but you still need to like oversee them. You still need to like give them notes. You need to manage them. You have to pay them on time. You have to treat them like that's a full-time job of just like managing employees, right? I got a message on Thursday from the guy I hired on Fiverr to edit my outsourced video, and he told me that he couldn't edit the video anymore because his subscription to his stock footage site that he uses expired, so he couldn't edit anymore. But I mean, if editing videos is your job, maybe have a subscription to that, but hey, who knows, right? Not my life.
Whatever,
I'm not gonna judge. So I had to like scramble to find a new editor on Fiverr to get this done in time. And after a bit of searching, I found a new editor and I paid extra for a Rush order. I ordered him to listen to Rush. I'll pay extra. You gotta listen to him, man. Moving Pictures, great album.
Also, I think I like this new editor a lot more anyway.
Yeah, the
'cause he kept
Trinity.
calling me dear, and that made me feel really nice.
And with 3 days left, I needed a fucking miracle. But luckily, I had my secret weapon ready to go on Friday. Today was the day that I was going to upload the video titled The Most Unexpected House Interiors. This is, of course, the video with the attention-grabbing intro. Guys, you're not going to believe this. Since this video was published, it received 3 views. I feel really bad for those 3 people. I don't know. I wish I could have hacked their webcams and seen their faces when the clown popped up. I'm just picturing those 3 people wherever they are on Earth. They're still, after watching it, they're just like,
Today, we're diving into something truly special. Interiors.
what the fuck was that? They can never watch another YouTube video ever again. Their trust is shattered. 3 views, man. Fucking embarrassing. At this point of the week, my excitement from Wednesday's boom in views, it had completely vanished. It's frustrating too, because whenever these faceless YouTubers post about their channels, it's always showing like an insane amount of views and revenue coming in. But for some reason, that's not happening to my channel. It's almost like they're posting these screenshots just to like entice people to buy their course or use their product. But like that seems unethical, right? Like what? They wouldn't do that to me, right? A fellow faceless YouTuber, they wouldn't do me like that. Anyways, on Saturday, I uploaded the how to buy your first home in brackets realistic video, and it got 7 views. Not a lot of views, but I mean, I can go to bed happy knowing that I enabled 7 people to buy their first homes. That's pretty huge. Where's my commission, huh? Come on, realtors, where's my commission for that? I gotta fucking recoup these losses somehow, okay? I'm in the hole. This was also the day I received my outsourced video edit that I was gonna put out on Sunday. The video was great. The stock footage looked awesome. The voiceover was superb.
Number 10, Ellison Estate, Woodside, U.S. Estimated value, $160 million.
There was even some cool text animations. Guys, I had a great feeling about this one. The last thing I needed to outsource was a thumbnail. So I went to Fiverr yet again to hire someone to quickly make a thumbnail for me. And I found a guy who said he could make it in a few hours. A few hours later, he sent it over. I took a quick look at it. It looked fine. But when I uploaded it to my YouTube studio, I noticed something terrible. Parts of it started to look a little weird, so I took a closer look at the thumbnail. The windows seemed a little weird looking. The chairs had no discernible shape. This pool shape is insane, and there's like no front door, really. I hate to say it, but this thumbnail was made with AI. I got so caught up in my upload schedule, just getting everything out on time, that I didn't take the time to actually look over the thumbnail in detail to like actually approve it. To be fair, if I actually gave a fuck about real estate and was passionate about this, I probably would have taken a closer look, but I was just trying to make $30K a month, dude. But unfortunately, I was out of time because it was Sunday. I uploaded my fully outsourced video on October 27th, and I waited for the views to roll in. To me, the other videos didn't perform very well because, as soon as you click on them, you can tell it's a robot talking, and you can also tell that they're pretty hastily made. But this one was different, okay? It had jokes.
All that bamboo. Let's hope his neighbors don't own any pandas.
It had character. It had insults.
Or not getting either.
This was my ticket to a successful faceless YouTube channel. Are you guys ready to see the results? Yes! Since this video was published, it received 15. That's it. You thought I was gonna say 15,000? I wish I got 15,000. This whole week was a waste of fucking time.
Sorry guys, lost my temper a little bit back there. Temper, I hardly know. Let's quickly go over the final analytics for my faceless YouTube channel experiment. So total number of views, 333. Angel number. Total hours of watch time, 7.5. Total number of subscribers, 2. Fucking shout out to those 2 people, whoever the fuck you are. When I look at the impressions, a total of 7,000 people saw my videos in their
I don't know if I have a winning
recommended
line
or
right
their,
now.
like homepage. So that's brutal. But looking at the demographic of my channel's viewers, if I would have known it was
play
gonna be
first.
90% men, I would have switched up the thumbnails, man. I would have put some fucking boobs or beer in there or something. And look, I'm sure some people watching this are gonna go to the Luscious Listings channel. You know, maybe you'll watch the videos.
Let's
You'll
play it out. I've
possibly
got an idea.
Subscribe to Luscious Listings, thus
I've got a
allowing
little
it
idea.
to become monetized, and then maybe it will become an actual successful faceless YouTube channel. So this whole experiment will be null and void. But hey, maybe that was my plan all along. All jokes aside, what did we learn? I already knew this, but making money
He could
on
move
YouTube,
Vision back
it
to
is not
Shuri's
easy,
lab.
Okay, it takes
but
a
that
lot
would
of
mean
time.
he'd come
It
up
takes a
short
lot
on
of work.
power
I'm
there.
also a firm believer in just making.
So I think he's going to play a card here instead, which I want to yoink over to here. No, I'm gonna back down.
Videos
I don't want to risk
for the
8
sake
cubes
of making
on a Hail
videos.
Mary.
Dude, think back to like early YouTube. All those YouTubers were making videos because it was fun and they wanted to do it. They wanted to express themselves creatively. They had no idea that it was ever going to make money. Even when I started, dude, I started on Vine back in 2013 and I made like no money for the first like 5 years. And like straight up, I feel like I'm only successful now because I got incredibly lucky. And I might be wrong here, but people say this all the time. You can like hack the algorithm. I guarantee I can make anyone viral. You're lying. I think you're fucking lying, okay?
I think you're lying.
It just sucks when I see shit like this happening so frequently. Because when I see people on the internet speak about creating content in a way to solely make money, it's just like, the only good thing about that Devin dude from earlier is like he rarely encouraged the use of AI. He was like very adamant about outsourcing everything, hiring a team of real people, which is good, but like I feel like that's just not realistic because these costs add up really quickly and I'm gonna prove it to you. Let's do a full breakdown of my expenses for this experiment. So like I said, I was trying to do this at least halfway ethically. So 20 bucks right off the bat to plant 20 trees to offset the CO2 that was created by my chat GPT usage. I use a stock video service to get the footage for the videos that I edited, and that's $30 a month. The outsourcing for my one video was the most expensive by far. Hiring a script writer with a 1-day delivery plus tip, $502.80. That's a little steep. Hiring a voice actor to do the voiceover with a 1-day rush.
Rather than taking a random swing at a juggernaut play, we're going to hang on to it in case it becomes a factor later. But we're still going to move Nightcrawler so we can benefit from reducing the cost of Miles Morales.
Delivery plus tip, $374.28. Video editor plus tip, $101.04. Pretty good deal for what I got. And then finally hiring a guy to make a thumbnail with fucking AI for some reason. That was $15.30. I didn't tip him. I'm sorry. He used AI, man. That's fucked up. Realizing now I probably could have done a little more research, found some cheaper people, but sorry. So with everything, that brings the total cost of this experiment to $1,043.42. $1,000, dude. I didn't even get 1,000 views. Dude, and $993.42 of that. That was all for one video. If I outsourced all the other 6 videos, my total would be like $7,000. And then, dude, a full month of daily uploads with fully outsourced work, that's $30,000. They've got it backwards, dude. You don't make $30,000 a month. You make $30,000 come out of your bank account every month. And I'm sure all these faceless YouTube channel gurus have made money from this. But again, it always just weirds me out when these like, you know, supposedly super successful multi-millionaires just start selling courses to people. What the why? It's not really adding up. Just keep doing the thing that's making you millions of dollars if you like making millions of dollars, right? Dude, that's like if Taco Bell... Sorry, I really want tacos, I guess. That's like if Taco Bell was like, hey guys, we sell cars now. Yep, we realized we could keep doing the thing that's making us billions of dollars or spend way too much time on this thing that might not even make me any money at all. So, get the Taco Bell car, vroom vroom. And of course, it's fucking easy for me to sit here and be like, just make the videos you want to make, man. Just do it for the love, dude. It's all art, dude. You know, because that worked for me. I got really lucky. But like, it might not work for everybody. That's the thing. It can't, actually. Like, mathematically, not everyone can be a successful YouTuber. We can't all be YouTubers, right? We need plumbers and shit. And plumbers need shit. I don't know, man. All of this just seems really yucky. Making money with your art is like the dream for all artists. And look, I'm all for people achieving that goal. But when the art you're making isn't even created by you, or even like by another human, I don't know. I feel like it stops becoming art at that point. And I can't stop you if you want to actually try this, but please don't get a course. Don't buy a course from a guru, okay? Because I do see the appeal of making faceless YouTube channels, right? Making YouTube videos that you love, that you're passionate about a topic that you love, while also staying anonymous. That's probably awesome because people, you know, won't speculate about your sexuality or make fun of your mullet and or mustache. But I do think there still is a way to make faceless YouTube videos in a fun, artistic, creatively fulfilling way. The way I did it, it's not the way. Sadly, I think this is only the beginning. We're gonna start seeing people exploit AI and ruin the environment for their own financial gain in ways we never could have ever imagined in 100 years. For example, this guy on Twitter was advertising a fake AI 19-year-old schoolgirl that was probably created using a model that was trained on millions of pictures of non-consenting women. And this AI robot girl has an OnlyFans also. And that OnlyFans account automatically messages and sends people AI-generated pictures of herself while they tip this fake robot girl their real money, and the money goes to the guy who made the robot. Pretty cool, right? And that's a real thing that's happening right now. Imagine what dystopian bullshit we're gonna see in like 10 years.
All right, a little bit of value
my final
here.
message is, how about we let robots do the boring?
Whoa, hold on. Bro wants to always go second? I don't know about that, Chief, but okay.
Shit. Creating and consuming art is like probably the best part about being alive. Just let us do that forever, okay? I don't want robots making art. I don't want videos to be automated. We've got this whole thing fucking way backwards.
Hit him with the
and I hope we
cannonball.
realize that before it's too late. And I really wish I could end this video on a positive note, but I don't know if I can. So, Scary Clown, take it away. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Sorry if it was a bummer. Like the video if you enjoyed it. And also, believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 faceless YouTube video that I will downvote. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about all this. And also press the subscribe button, man, because as soon as you do, as soon as you press the subscribe button, you become a valued citizen of Curtistown. If you didn't know, Curtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor. So you have to be nice to me. It's the law. You can still get tickets to my shows coming up in early next year in Australia and New Zealand. More dates will be announced very soon, I promise. I know I keep saying that, but I promise this time it's very soon. All right, that's it. I would stick around, but apparently there's a brand new upload over on Luscious Listings. I gotta go watch. Bye!
Yeah, I think that's my play. I think we snap on that play too, in fact. I think we also snap on that play. I think it's that good. We pull them in, hit them with the suck. Cool. Interesting. Whew. No, man, won that by literally 1 point. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Let's fucking go, dude. And one last surprise for the night. We're actually coming up to the end of the stream. I know I usually go until midnight, 12:30, 1 a.m., 1:30 even. But as I've mentioned a few times on this stream, I am desperately trying to unfuck my sleep schedule. So I'm going to, in an incredibly surprising, some might even say shocking, decision, end the stream in about 5 minutes. Basically, as soon as this Infinity Conquest round is over. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, no, we still make the move 100p, but won't get a whole lot of value for it. Because the reality is, when I was just saying, oh, I'll end the stream a half hour earlier, 15 minutes earlier, that wasn't really making a huge impact. And I do sadly need to make a huge impact. Speaking of, I can snap on this, because I'm about to make a cheeky little play. I can use Juggernaut to make sure that there's no way he can play anything in this lane. And then I can use Spider-Man to make sure that I definitely win that. Ooh. A Hobgoblin turn-up. I did not see that coming. I'd say now is a good time to test something. Let's see if I can pull that Hobgoblin over here. He might try and counter-snap himself, which would make this a very expensive thing to test. But if I can pull the Hobgoblin out of there, it's worth it. And it is the last enemy card played anywhere, so it does match the text on the card. This could indeed be an incredibly five-head decision. Or that could happen. But we're still actually fine. So if we knock that over, actually even better. This. Yeah, we should back down here. We're getting a little out over our skis. No reason to risk the potential overall win. It's good to have Kingpin placed there. It's going to get a good amount of value because he'll want to play in the raft. And so I'll have cards I can move. Ooh. A little Killmonger counter. That's fine. That's fine by me. I've still got a card I can move, and that's all this deck cares about. Give me cards that I can move. Fascinating. Worth chasing. He'll play something in that lane. This guy's also got this variant. Yeah, I think it's worth chasing. Because otherwise playing Stegron to move Killmonger doesn't really get me anything. So... Ooh, Valkyrie. Actually, that means that I can snap. Because that means now that I have the light, I will pull Valkyrie to this location. To what will certainly be his chagrin. Little tug, tug, tug. So we stole a couple cards from my deck. There's actually a few different lines here. But I do think this is the correct one. He's going to try and play something in that lane. We're going to yank Wong out from under him. So whatever he thought he was doubling up on, he's not going to get to double up. Okay. He has a Magneto of his own. Yeah. Kick rocks, loser. We got him. We got him. We got him. Amazing. Now we're just one tier away from winning our very first Infinity Conquest. But it is time to call it a night there. It was awesome seeing Disjoint and Lovespeak in the chat today. Lovespeak from the Trixler community. Love seeing him. And we had a very fun day full of surprises, including this, I guess, somewhat of a surprise ending. Let's flip back to World of Warcraft so I don't forget. And close Marble Snap. We even had a little bit of fun time with the kitties. Little Bernard is still in the cozy spot, and all's right with the world. But that's going to be it for tonight. Of course, no stream tomorrow, never a stream on Sunday, so I will return on Monday, and we'll probably be slamming some Mythic Plus to try and make the most out of the remaining days in the push week. So if you tuned in, thank you very much for tuning in, and until Monday, see ya.